hold the f*** rewind the tape.
Okay, you ready?
Since
That's
when did it
the
do
first
that?
time that's happened. Okay, guys. I don't know if you heard that, but
That's the government.
the government's told us that this week's episode of your favourite podcast, Rewind the Tape, is in session. This is a podcast where we traumatise ourselves by watching particularly gruesome episodes of
My bad.
nationally loved TV.
Arguably the most problematic episode, didn't realise.
Oh
I
my
hate that
God.
guy.
Can I just say, I hate Walder Frey.
But
Right
he
from the
is,
off. Or do you hate...
I feel like, no, you're supposed to hate Walder Frey. Like, he's the worst.
do you hate...
Daenerys, the guy that's
Ramsay.
trying to get into him.
Her.
Sorry to
Darius.
Daenerys. That guy is a... I hate that guy.
I misremembered him a lot.
No, it's because they change him.
Right,
no,
guys.
And they changed his character too, because he was not that much of a dick when he came back round.
No, at all. And he definitely
That
was
guy
better
was like-
looking. But I mean, he's still attractive, very attractive, but it's just...
I know we say this about everyone, but he really is the real life version of the Beast when the Beast turns into a human.
Oh, he is.
He
Gosh,
actually
yeah, you're
is.
right. No, but except like the real in the animated film, the Beast is way more earnest than that guy. That guy's like, the Beast had the personality of Gaston.
Fact.
If the human Beast was Gaston's personality, that is what that would be. Not here for it. Anyway, just guys, what? In case you didn't already know, I can't remember if we discussed it on the pod last week. I don't think we did. We only went and bloody watched The Red Wedding, aka The Rains of Castamere, aka episode 9, season 3 of Game of Thrones.
I was thinking, what are we going to call this episode? Like, how do you say that?
The Red Wedding. I think people will know.
Yeah, I hope so.
But it's funny that we all call it The Red Wedding, but that's not actually the name of the...
I feel like that was the title of a BuzzFeed article or something, and it just caught on.
Well, I mean, it makes more sense.
They should have called it that. Okay,
The Rains of Castamere is very subtle.
Where is Castamere? Am I stupid?
Right, so The Rains of Castamere, I'm so glad you asked. Because this is really where I also feel like Rob Stark and his poor knowledge of history let him down. So The Rains of Castamere is a song that depicts basically the Lannisters' revenge on the Castamirs. So
who are those?
It's I'm definitely going to be remembering this wrong, but it's something like the Castamere was there was a lesser known house that was part of like the Lannister crew.
Gang.
That I think
I don't know what that was.
did the Lannisters dirty, and so the Lannisters did them dirty right back and just massacred them, just got rid of all of them, and then they made the poets and the songwriters make a song about it, The Rains of Castamere. And so as soon as they started playing that, you can see, obviously,
Caitlyn's
she's like, shit, this, I know what this means. And Rob, if he had any fucking nous, would also know what it meant, because that's literally a song about the Lannisters, like, repaying their debts.
So it would be like if...
This is going to be good.
Oh my God. I'm trying to think of it won't really make sense. I'm just going to be like, because my favorite diss song of all time is Hit 'Em Up by Tupac.
Right.
So it would be like if somebody was going to like start, because Tupac's died, so it's just, that's why it doesn't really make sense. But it's like if Tupac's mom pulled up outside a party playing that song, I might be like, oh my God, like it's about to go down. When I heard, that's where I shouldn't say that. Whoa! I'll play it to you later. The intro of that song is the most iconic. And all of my favourite songs are diss songs, I've realised. I was listening to this. Do you know who Eazy-E is from NWA?
No.
He's a really good rapper. He's also died. Rest in peace, Eazy-E. But he has a song called Real Motherfucking G's, and it's one of my favourite songs ever. And every time I listen to it, I'm like, wait a second. He's literally insulting like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and stuff. And I always just think that's such a shame because it just really makes it awkward for the DJ. Like, you can't always play it because it's a banger.
Yeah.
It's a great song, like, regardless.
Yeah, that's probably how they felt in Westeros as well.
Exactly.
Shit, we can't play the Rains of Castamere. We're absolutely slaps, but there's going to be some people here that'll get offended.
You know, there's someone in the north who loves that song.
Yeah,
but every time they start playing it, they're like, "Oh!" Everyone's like, "Dude,
no, yeah, this isn't. You can't.
We don't fuck with those."
Well, they're at a wedding in the south, and he's like, "Oh yes, my jam," and everyone's like, "Oh."
In such poor taste. You know, what's his name? What's their dad called?
Eddard.
Is it Tywin?
Oh, Tywin Lannister. Yeah.
He's requested it. He's like, when I walk in, you better play the Rains.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Let these folks know.
They want, yeah. I mean, rain down fire and blood on you. I've forgotten so much of the Game of Thrones saga, even people's names, and I used to know everything. I've just forgotten so much.
There used to be, like, I think it was called like Wiki Fandom or something. It's like someone had built a universe, like they have it for Harry Potter, they have it for other big shows. I can't find it. So obviously I was like,
no, I'm sure they have it. I'm sure I found it.
I'm sure it's there, but normally I just Google the person or like and say family and it would just come up with their whole. I was like, where is this shit? Did they take it down? Because that's rude, first of all. Well, I'm not donating any more money to Wikipedia. I didn't. I'm lying.
Game of Thrones fandom.
Oh my god, it's literally called
that's what it is. Yeah, yeah. The Game of Thrones wiki.
I googled wiki fan. Okay, because I actually need to reference it because
we know nothing. Just like Jon Snow.
Jon Snow knows a lot. First of all, I'm sick of that narrative. Oh my god. I was actually thinking, was it you that said to me once, or was it someone when I was actually watching it, that Rob should have just married that Frey girl?
Yeah, of course he should have done.
And I was always like, no, because the love between them, I was feeling it. But because I haven't watched the whole series, I watched it out of context, I was like, of course he should have just married this woman and had a side chick like a normal person. What is your problem? Yeah,
it's so rude that you'll expect everybody else to fall in line with duty, but you won't do that as a leader, as the self-proclaimed fucking king. Well, maybe not quite self-proclaimed, but you know what I mean? It's like the Winterfells weren't the Starks weren't kings in the north until they decided to be.
Yeah, but traditionally Northerners hate Southerners anyway. So I feel
I'm not saying that they shouldn't have been like that was their kingdom, but it's not as if, you know, they're with the Baratheons on the throne, there was a truce. The Starks were just kind of the guardians of the North. They weren't the kings. And obviously the shit went down in with Ed, you know.
But before the Seven Kingdoms were united, they were their own people, right? They were chilling. They were their own. Yeah, so it's like the United Kingdom rebrand. Also, I never realised that they actually call it England.
What?
In the show. I swear, stop calling people crackheads. The guy that Daenerys was getting with,
Daenerys.
I'm going to call him the problematic bitch. He said, you English like to let your slaves do the fighting. First of all, why was he talking all spicy in front of Grey Worm? Like, what is his problem? Like, he thinks he's getting his jokes off. Like, he's saying, I don't. I thought I could have.
I can't remember. I'm trying to think about what it could have been, but it might have been like a continuity slip or just a.
That's why he got fired. Joking. I'm pretty sure he left because, you know, that's usually what happens. I had something else to tell you. First of all, I keep wanting to call her Catelyn, but her name is Caitlin. Right?
I think it's either.
It's Catelyn. Because they call her Cat.
Cat, yeah.
Catelyn. Sorry, doing it again. I don't know the actress who plays her, but I genuinely think she's probably like of that episode, she's the strongest cast member. She is a phenomenal actress.
You've said this before, and I just disagree.
She is. I get that people don't like her character, but obviously I'm biased because I'm from the Midlands, and she's like the only Midlands representation. That makes sense. You know, the rest of them are sucking on their mother's teats and doing all sorts. I'm not into it. But when she let out that scream.
Oh, at the end. And when she just stands there because she knows that she's gonna die. She's just, I'm sorry to use this word for want of a better word. She's a thug, man. She's the only one. If I had to pick if I had to pick 3 people from that episode who I would ride with, I'd pick that wildling girl, Catelyn, and the Hound. I would definitely pick the Hound because of what we know, and also he's a good fighter. I don't think I'd pick Catelyn. She did make some poor choices.
What, to go and see Walder Frey?
And to also not be like, Rob, you know you're not fucking marrying this Valantian.
You can't make him, he's the king, and you've got to remember sexism and stuff. She can't make him marry who she wants. She just can't. It's like when like you'll get like a young person who's old enough, maybe like not old, still a child, but old enough to start moving mad, and people are like, their parents should do something about it, and it's just like, but what can they do? Like, I feel for the parents in a way, because it's just like, I mean, I know my parents wouldn't have it. let me tell you, Rob, you're walking down the aisle, honey, you better run away.
I'm not convinced. I would probably have Arya. I mean, I know she's baby at this stage.
She's
so
a baby.
She's not. Yeah, but
so sweet though. She's so sweet.
It's just heartbreaking. They're all so bloody close to each other at all points. All the Starks, and they just cross paths, and they couldn't.
That actually pissed me off. That really pissed me off.
Even like with Bran and Rickon, just they're there. They're right there. They're right there. Jon could have found them.
Yeah, I wanted them to be together. I wanted them to find each other.
Yeah.
And if that guy was going to turn himself into an eagle or a crow, why didn't he do that and look in the fucking window? Do you know what I mean? The wildling man, who is also a really good actor.
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plays the same character and everything, though.
But so well.
But yeah, really well. Plays
Again,
the same wildling character. Everything.
Another actor we would like to see. We should just make a list of all the actors who always have to play the same role and just put them all in something so random.
And just in that role.
Yeah.
That's a movie that I would watch and talk about on this podcast.
We would slay that movie.
We would, which is terrible because there's no way that we'd do a better job. We'll sit here in our fucking ivory towers just chatting shit about everybody else.
Oh my God, exactly. TV is like so annoying because really, like TV, it is just theatre with cameras, but because it's on the television, it's just that it takes away that like a thin layer of respect, and any old Joe Blogs can just hop on their laptop and talk all this shit.
Who am I to say that Catelyn Stark made some bad choices? Who am I to say talk about any?
No, that is fair, because that's different, because then you're critiquing, like, you're not, it's like the same way you see somebody like crossing the road when the car's coming. You might be like, what are you doing? I mean, I wouldn't, because I'd be like, it would be me. But it's like the same. You're just watching her doing something and you're like, no, don't do that. But I really think she's a rider. Oh my God. Imagine if, okay, this is so silly. Again, another parody version. Imagine if she'd said like, on my honor, as the baddest bitch in the North. I don't know why, but that would have really, really tickled me. She would have never. But I really think she's a phenomenal actress, and I really like her. And oh my God, the sexual tension. Because it wasn't until the end of the episode.
Who?
between Rob Stark and his baby moms. Okay, his wife,
right.
my bad, his wife.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and then I was like, that's why I love these two. Honestly, the chemistry. Woo!
Yeah.
I get it. And it is dishonorable. I know by traditional standards, it's dishonorable to break an oath, and he shouldn't have broken his oath. But it's also dishonorable to cheat on your wife. So how about that, sir? So he did the right thing.
Earlier on, you're like, he should have married that Frey girl and just kept in as a side chick.
That's bullshit behavior. I mean, I get why people do things like that. I mean, they're Northerners, aren't they? Polygamous. Wow, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, the thing is also, the Freys would have probably just betrayed them anyway.
That's what I'm saying. That man's a bastard.
Yeah, like he would have just gone to the biggest coin, and that's a Lannister.
Yeah.
So he was just waiting to be bought off. Yeah, as like what's his fucking name? Ramsay.
Okay, who is Ramsay?
Not Ramsay.
Oh my God!
No, sorry. Ramsay Bolton is his son, who we hate. What's it? Fuck. See,
that's his.
Why don't I remember anybody's names?
That's his father. I couldn't remember who he was. But, that family has no scruples, no morals.
No, they really don't. Not at all.
Aren't they the people whose isn't their banner like a flayed person, like literally
a flayed man? Because that's what they do.
That's disgusting.
Roose Bolton. That's it. I fucking hate him.
That's a sexy ass name, though.
Roose.
I like it.
Bruce and Ramsay.
I've just realised it sounds like Ruth, but that's not why I said that. Oh.
Ruth and Ruth.
That would
get away with it. People just think that you had a lisp.
More believable than I had a boyfriend.
Wow.
It's a fact.
Yeah, listen, I didn't want to. Yeah.
The truth hurts.
The truth hurts. Sorry, that's terrible.
My upper lip, the fact that I laughed, my upper lip is sweating like this house is your house hot?
No, not right now.
Oh my
not
God.
Currently.
I was saying to Sim, this like Birmingham right now is outside is an okay temperature. The house is so hot. It's like when I go out for my walk, like I'm going out without a coat. It was raining. I went out without a coat because I just needed like to breathe. And the sun is nowhere to be seen. And I just don't understand why this is my life.
Good luck with the summer. Can we talk about a second some of the horrible phrases that were being spat out by Walder Frey?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have to get ready for that. But yeah, let's go.
So
they should have killed that man.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's coming, isn't it? So first of all, firm tits in a tight fit.
I mean, I mean, not from him because he's literally a child molester, but from somebody else.
But imagine just being in a situation where somebody is allowed to say that to or at you in front of a load of other people talking about you to your husband, and your husband just has to stand there and not say anything.
No, that is actually really dark.
That's horrible. Sure, it's really a nice thing in theory, and if said in the right by the right person to you, that's different.
No one could ever say that in a sexy way. I was joking.
No one can say.
I was just thinking like
tits and a tight fit,
except for Nicki Minaj. She could say that, but she'd be talking about herself. No one could say that to you. It's weird.
Do you think you could say that about yourself in a sexy way?
Me? No, nothing I say is sexy. It's just not my brand. It would just sound like clumsy, awkward, and gross, and people are like,
you can have some okay tits, and I'll do some Kegels, and maybe it'll be okay.
I'm not going to lie, though. My boobs are looking magnificent. I thought that today.
Oh, that's really nice. Yay.
Unlike my thumb. Oh, no shade to those thumbs.
But, you know,
but yeah, he is a disgusting human being. Like, even the way he like lingers, he's like, he looks like his breath smells like mold. Like, he's disgusting.
No, worse than mold.
I hate mold. Like,
fetid.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What was the thing they made them eat when they came in?
Bread and salt.
Then why were they all wincing? They can't even cook bread? Damn.
Were they wincing?
Yeah. Is it Catelyn's brother who gets married?
Yeah.
He was like wincing.
Yeah, but he's such a like
unless that was an accident.
Character.
Unless it was just actually disgusting and he broke
it was like
character.
Sour, very salty, like ooh.
I love sour bread sometimes.
Salty bread, delicious.
I have had some stuff like that. You know, when someone's like, it's a delicacy, that's when you know it's going to taste.
Maybe he put too much salt on the piece of bread, though. He oversalted it. I just wasn't expecting it. But yeah, he's very, very irritating. Walder Frey
seems sweet.
He's such an idiot.
Robb Stark would get it any day. Sorry, I'm being so gross. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. I mean,
Robb Stark is just gorgeous. His accent isn't as good as I remember.
Do you remember it being good? His accent is bloody awful. We're not here for the accents. Most of the accents are terrible.
I remember it being good. Also, where's Catelyn from? Because she sounds like a bit French. I don't know. I don't know anything about geography.
Well, if we're talking about where she's from in Westeros, she's from the Riverlands. And I'm not sure if their accent is supposed to be a little French or a little, Midlands, because technically that is in the middle of Westeros.
She's like really posh. She's like she like owns Kenilworth Castle, basically. Like, she's not a regular bitch. Oh my God, why am I being so problematic with my choice of words today? Oh my God.
Oh crap, what was I going to say? Something about Walder Frey. Oh yeah, he's another person that plays the same character in everything.
I don't remember him.
Oh, he's Filch in Harry Potter. If you've ever seen.
God.
It's the same kind of like creeping old, like, yeah.
He's good at it. Has he ever been Scrooge? Good. I feel like he's been Scrooge.
Oh God.
I don't remember.
Probably, if you want to ruin Christmas Carol for me. Not that I enjoyed that anyway, but
I feel like there are still so many versions to be made of that, and I can look forward to them. I don't
the only one that's worth noting is A Muppet Christmas Carol.
Classic film.
Just an absolute classic, but also a film that I just really find hard to watch now. It's just something about it makes me feel so uncomfortable. Maybe it's the fact that there's a grown man singing around with a load of puppets about poverty. And it's just really distressing.
It does really take the kick out of the story, doesn't it? It's like you're making a mockery of this.
Yeah, a little bit. Anyway,
I was thinking that about Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist. They've that's like everybody loves that story. Like, they've really like lost the meaning of that story.
But again, the version of the story I like is Oliver and Company.
Not a kitten. Oh my God. I don't remember that, like what happens in that film.
Oh my God, it's so
when
good.
It came out, it was always on. It's like
I watched it so much. And the songs are so good. Street Savoir Faire, Billy Joel, are you kidding? No, you do know it. It's like
I don't remember it.
I've got street I can.
You have to actually sing it.
I'm just getting finding the right refrain in my head for you.
Guys, Natalie is tuning. She's like, any second now.
No, I'm so nervous. Okay, so it goes. Where did I come from? Where did I go? Oh. It's just a two population, and I got street savoir-faire. Oh my god! You know what? We'll pop it on later, and then you'll remember. I'm butchering it. I'm absolutely butchering it. But it's
should we add Oliver and Company to the list of things that we should watch?
To be honest, I wouldn't mind because it's great.
I'll watch it.
And also, girl, we've got work to do.
Yes, that rings a bell.
Pass me the paint and glue.
Okay, now you've lost me.
Perfect isn't easy, but it's neat. No? Okay. Do you know what? Again, when you see it and when you see the people like walking down the stairs round and round, you'll get it and you'll remember. But we've lost track. We've lost track so much.
It's about to launch into All Dogs Go to Heaven, but we can set it up.
Do you know what? I actually don't think I've watched that.
I think you'd like that film. I don't remember the complete.
I think it's very sad. I feel like it's traumatic. I feel like maybe I have seen it, and the reason why I don't remember seeing it is because it was traumatic, and I've blocked it out of my memory.
I've definitely blocked out the sad bits because I remember that being like a fun film.
All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Yeah,
a fun family film.
It's not like Watership Down.
Oh, don't. That's not something we'll be watching because that was like the Red Wedding.
That film is too long. I'm not watching that.
And a massacre. I don't need to see that.
And the
song, Bright Eyes, Burning Like Fire. I mean, that's fucking terrifying. Not for me.
I don't think it's supposed to be scary, but that is terrifying.
Well, yeah, when you break down the lyrics, they should have picked better lyrics then to not make it scary.
That's the thing. Lyrics, when you write stuff down and then you like, I hate talking about spoilers, but I'm having a problem lately where I'm just saying things because I've realized like it's just a phrase in my head. Then I say it out loud and I'm like, I would never say that. So I have to cross it out because I'm like, I refuse to just throw these random phrases that we all only say in music, in a song, just because you've heard it in another song. And a lot of them are very Americanized. It's just like, I don't, and I say it out loud. I'm like, I've
That's
never
not
used
me.
the phrase. This is not me. Like, who am I writing for?
This is derivative.
This is an 80s American phrase.
Okay, can I make a confession?
Oh my god, 100%.
Sorry about that. That's just mine go downstairs. So I somehow find myself on like season 3, episode 6 of Once Upon a Time.
Oh my god, I thought you were going to say of Grownish. I was like, me too.
That would be one thing. This means that I've watched over like 40 hours of Once Upon a Time in the past week. How is that even possible?
When you
that's like terrible. That's really that's
season
in a week though.
Oh my god! Isn't the Peter Pan series next? Because that Peter Pan storyline is phenomenal.
3. That's the one I'm on.
Oh my god, that's the best season.
Yeah. So I forgot that Hook comes in actually in season 2. I didn't realize that he came in that early.
Okay.
But he does. So yeah. But now we're in Neverland.
That's a really good season.
Yeah, but it is pretty terrible that's how far I've progressed into the season since we last spoke.
Yeah, since I last told you I'm going to stop watching television, I've watched the whole of Grownish. I'm now illegally streaming the new series.
Oh,
okay. And I watched, and I'm really into it.
I apologise for getting you into this.
I'm really into it. I'm too invested in these characters. First, you know how I was. There was 2 episodes of season 2 that are, I would say, we need a chart for this. They're on the most problematic episodes of television of all time.
Wait, which ones?
A mess. The colorism episode. But in retrospect, the twins weren't talking about colorism. They were just talking about how, as Black women,
Yep.
they are less they are like statistically less desirable, which is different from the colorism conversation. But it was still a bit, it just kind of, whenever anyone talks about that, then you kind of automatically in your mind you'll go to colorism, because they're also talking about like texturism in their hair, which is a fact. But then your mind also will go like, well, colorism, and it looks like, and I'm sure that's not what they were doing. It's just that when you are, and this is from my experience, I've just talked for myself, when you are around, I feel like the age they were then, your foundation is never 100% your colour. So, oh no, I'm being problematic.
As in, you choose the wrong.
Not that you're choosing it. I just feel like it just happens a lot. Like you have to like, it takes a while to get like, to get everything together.
I don't think I settled on a foundation that I was like, shit, this is it, until like, I don't know, I was in my late 20s.
Really? Oh my God. As soon as that MAC NC45 hit my skin, I was like, oh, sold. But going from Dream Matte Mousse to MAC is just like the upgrade of a lifetime.
I mean, it does make a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah. If you can only afford Dream Matte Mousse, don't wear makeup.
It's fun. Yeah.
And that's not me being elitist. I'm saying you genuinely, it makes you look worse. Like you don't need that.
Yeah, just get some nice moisturizer and a good concealer.
Don't get anything. Just don't get Dream Matte Mousse. It's so bad.
I don't think I ever had that.
Oh,
that's
my God.
Maybelline, right?
Yeah, it was a staple in these parts. And that's before I really had, like, that's when I was still trying to like, because it was like, oh my God, we have 2 shades for Black people. And it was like a thing, because it meant that in your local like Boots, you didn't have to go into the city centre. In the small town shop in Boots, you could actually get a foundation, but you couldn't. It was a lie. But anyway, I thought they were purposefully like trying to make them twin skin slightly darker, but they weren't. And then I just thought, no, I'm just projecting all this onto the show. They're just not doing their makeup very well for some reason.
Yeah, but also in that episode,
upsetting
Naomi says some really terrible things.
Naomi is Jewish American?
Yeah.
Okay, her character, basically both of the white women in that show, like I get what they're trying to do, but they need to just not do that. And they stopped. Thank God they stopped. Thank God they stopped.
Yeah.
They were trying to like show both sides.
And yet we carried on.
No, there are still really great bits, and the characters are lovable, and they are funny. Like Naomi is a funny character. I just didn't like that. Like it doesn't make sense. Like,
but it also didn't make sense. Yeah, the way the contradictions. You're like, it doesn't feel like she would say that, given all the other things that we know. All the
other things that she says.
You're just trying to be
just
contrary or show that.
And as I do definitely, I'm not going to lie, there are definitely friends who have shocked me. Who I've been like white women friends who've been friends for ages, and they've said something and I've been like, what? Like it has happened to me, I can't lie. Because I grew up where I grew up, and I especially between the ages of 16 and 18, the kind of girls that I was around, it was just like kind of like a Mean Girls vibe. So like I felt like I can tell like who's, do you know what I mean? Who's who. So when I was in my like, I'd say getting into my late 20s, when people would start to shock me, I was shocked because I thought I'd figured it all out. And then I was like, oh no, like white people can always surprise you. You could like, they'll just say
coming soon to a Wait Rewind the Tape mug near you.
That would be legendary. But then like, because I say like quite shocking things sometimes, but I feel like I do it so often that, do you know what I mean? Like no one's that surprised. They're just like, oh, shut up. But so when someone genuinely says something you don't expect them to, it's so unnerving. It's like, but we've known each other for so long. But nothing, I always say nothing shocks me. Things shock me every day of my life.
Yeah. And that's probably how Catelyn Stark felt when she pushed back Roose Bolton's jerkin to see his chainmail underneath. That fucking
she should have stabbed him. She should have stabbed him.
In my head, in my memory, she did stab him, or he stabbed her with through the hand or something, but obviously that didn't happen.
Yeah. I remember something with the hand.
Something, yeah.
I think that's a different storyline.
Probably a different program altogether.
It was Once Upon a Time.
It was probably, yeah. It was Hook.
It definitely wasn't Grownish.
No, definitely no scenes of.
Oh my God. Sorry, I have to go back to Grownish. Like, we were talking about how the outfits are too ridiculous.
Too ridiculous. They're stupid, yeah.
No, but now I love it. I'm like, if I ever switch that show on and anyone's dressed in a regular way, I'll be furious.
But they never
Zoe
would be.
Needs to look immaculate. I enjoy it. She's always got fun hair, a great outfit, great makeup. Love it.
But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, when I'm like, that's just not who happen. Was. Yeah, that was not when. And you're like, no, but we used to get dressed up when we were.
That's not what I meant.
Exactly.
Have you heard Macklemore's thrift store song?
No.
I want to pop some tags, but I got no dollars in my pocket.
Oh, yes. I didn't know it was called a thrift store song.
I don't know what it's actually called. Every time I think about imagine if you're Kendrick Lamar and you made like Good Kid, Mad City and everyone's going nuts. They're like, oh my God, this is like the new, like the future of hip hop. And then Macklemore wins a Grammy with Pop Thrift Store or whatever it's. I would be I would quit.
Livid.
I would be like, don't think I would necessarily quit music. I'd be like, I'm never coming here again.
Yeah, the Grammys ain't for me.
So ghetto. I want to pop some tags. Bang it. Oh my God. I was listening to this podcast and somebody said like, but yeah, people say, sorry, this is so random, I know you don't care. People say Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Man C. Who really still listens to that album? At the time, I was literally like, oh my God, I listened to it yesterday. I listen to that album all the time. I don't know what you're on about. I was listening to Marvin Gaye, What's Going On Today, and I just couldn't stop laughing because I'm just like, why do people even bother to make music when we all just listen to the same 4 albums we like?
That is true. Yeah, I do need to listen to some new music. Do you want to know a fun?
Yes.
Fact? Did I already say it on the pod earlier? I can't remember. So the Rains of Castamere, which they didn't actually play at the end of this one, at the end of this credits, is very somber. Okay. And just leave it as like no music because obviously it's been very shocking, and we're all like. Which is exactly how I was when I first watched it, like looking at my friend like
nothing will be like the first time. That was
but the actual song itself was, I don't know who it was written by, but it is performed by The National.
I was gonna say Chloe and Halle, but
I don't know how old they would have been at the time.
No, they would have been babies. They probably still could have done it. They're so talented.
Yeah.
But I am surprised that The National went near Game of Thrones because sonically, I don't see it.
Sonically?
Yeah. Like, wasn't it like medieval? Like, what? Or they just released like a soundtrack version.
Yeah, it wasn't like on their own albums.
No,
it's the title track for the main album.
I can see it.
No, because they do tracks. I think they've done tracks for like Halo before and other games. I guess you got to go where the money is.
That makes perfect sense. Like I get that, but like it's just because I didn't know. Oh my God, no! Remember when Game of Thrones had that song? Okay. I need you to clarify something for me.
Right.
So every series, does Game of Thrones have a soundtrack?
I don't know.
Is that because when The Weeknd did, and I think The Weeknd, who else did it? The Weeknd and somebody else did a Game of Thrones
you're right.
song.
Yeah, you're right.
But I didn't understand. I was so confused as to why that happened because it just seemed so random.
I want
Who else was on it?
FKA Twigs, but maybe it wasn't. That feels random.
No, that would have made more sense. She does make medieval harpsichord music.
Yeah.
And that's no shade. It's my favourite genre.
Oh, no, it was...
Travis Scott?
Yeah.
SZA was on it.
Yeah.
Okay, because SZA also wore a Game of Thrones style costume in a song that she had with DJ Khaled. So I just thought that I was confusing it. And then
I don't know if it's like an actual Game of Thrones song. Oh no, it is, because they have it's at the end, isn't it, where Daenerys is like laying waste.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea, but I feel like they should have made it more obvious that they also do that when they were really, I don't know, I just felt like it was too like add-on. It just really
I don't feel like they've done it really with every other season.
I feel like they
also that song wasn't like the Rains of Castamere would like fits in with like it could have been played in the series. Power is Power could not have been played in like the Red Keep, for starters, they didn't have the equipment.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why are these I'm just confused. I'm confused. Okay. I'm going to stay out of it.
Okay.
I don't know why I was just like, what? You can't just add things on and make money out of them, but you can literally.
I think that's exactly what, it's like, let's ride a cash cow.
No, but if you were going to do that, there's like, you should have done it in a smoother way. You could have made like a final season soundtrack. You can't just be like, oh, by the way, here's this Weekend song. Anyone? You guys love The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Yes, but what's your point? Speaking of SZA, she needs to release... I shouldn't say that. That's so rude. I hate when people say she needs to release music. But I don't mean to overhype it, but have you heard her song Good Days, her last song?
I feel like we
have talked about
music video? When did it come out? No, maybe not, because...
No,
but
it was. I just remember last year I was on my walk through the park looking at the ducks, listening to that song. It really like pulled me back from the brink. It's a really nice song, very chill.
Yeah, I feel like if it was last year you were listening to it, then when you were down one weekend.
No, it was definitely second lockdown when I hit my real.
God.
I was going to say my real slump, but I'm in my real slump now, so I'm over it.
What?
Oh my God, I have to tell you. Oh my God, we should talk about the Rains of Castamere, because one thing I really did not remember is they stabbed a pregnant woman in the stomach, which I just felt like
it's
way
brutal.
too
Like
much.
You didn't need to do it. You could have.
My stomach, like I literally really
it's
felt
horrible.
And then when they had him crawling in the blood and her stomach was bleeding, that was I get it, but it was just like that was doing way.
No, it was abysmal. They could have just slit a wrist. Too much. Yeah,
that was
not slit a wrist. Sorry, slit a neck.
I just feel like sometimes violence can be implied, and I'll still get it because as soon as I see it, I'm looking away anyways. You may as well cut it out.
Well, now do you realise what I was saying when I just can't. I can't ever eat anything while I'm watching Game of Thrones. There's a lot of things that I can't eat. And exactly. I knew it was just not going to, I'd needed to eat beforehand. Otherwise I wouldn't have, it would have been a waste of food.
I can't believe I used to watch that high. No wonder I had psychosis.
Yeah, no.
My favourite thing to watch.
Oh God, no. Is it terrible? Maybe it is terrible for me to say this.
I've said so many terrible things. Please, can you join in so I feel less bad?
No, but this is really bad.
Oh, this is why I need to learn. Like, oh no, that wouldn't work. I was going to say we need to learn a secret language.
To say that
I'm scared.
It was good that Catelyn did follow through on killing Baldur's wife. Okay,
she said on my honor
to say that. Yeah.
No, I know.
But it's kind of like, you know what? At least she knew she was going down. And she just was like,
that's the thing, her and Ned really are made of they're cut from a different cloth. Sorry, I'm doing way too much. I'm doing way too much. But they really are. When they say on my honor, they mean on my honor. I don't even know how. There's nothing about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the old gods and the new bitch. I swear it. I will slit her throat.
I know.
Don't play with me, Walder.
But she should have known that Walder wouldn't care. Why would he care?
I don't.
But
Think
I mean, I know she had
it.
to do something. No, as in, like, she just had to do something. She had to just find some way and some leverage to try and get out of it, even though I'm sure she knew that it was all for naught.
And I'm sure he's shown like a protect. I don't know. I feel like creepy men, when they pick like a thing, not like have a wife or a girlfriend or a husband or a genuine connection and relationship with a person. I mean, when they treat you like a thing, they're so possessive because it's like that's their prized possession. So she probably felt like, because a lot of those men in that show are like that. So she probably felt like, okay. And if nothing else, I swear to God, kill my son and I'm slitting her throat right now, because that's your daughter and your wife, let's be clear.
Yeah, and if it's possible, your granddaughter.
Yeah, somebody should have. If I was her, I wouldn't have, because I don't know how good my aim is with a dagger. I would have thrown it at him, and she should have stabbed him in the throat.
Yeah, she could have done that.
If I just want to go back into that episode and they need to just do the whole thing again, because that's when everything really went left. It was just
it is exactly. That's when you knew, but it's also when you just knew that they weren't playing around. You kind of knew that already because they'd killed Ned Stark. But
yeah, but that was
like you've wiped out all of the Starks. The rest of them are all children and they're scattered.
Yeah.
And God knows what John was doing at the time. No one knew that, no one knew what was going on there.
He didn't even know.
He really didn't. Talk about winging it. If there's one person that was winging his job, it was Jon Snow. I do not know what I am doing. Yeah. But it's in his blood, though. He knew what he was doing in his blood.
That's the thing. I love them because they're all like. At this point, they're all so honourable. They do lose some of that for me.
You think they lose their honour?
I just start to dislike them.
All of them?
By the end, I don't like... Maybe because I hated what happened.
I liked Sansa. My respect for Sansa grew.
Sansa is...
God.
No, that's the thing. Honestly, all of them, like watching that and seeing... What's the youngest called?
Rickon.
Like, my heart was bleeding. Like, he didn't deserve all of that. He was a bubba. And it literally made me want to have a child. Like, I love that family. So by the end, for me to have hated them, it's not necessarily the character development. I just thought it was probably poor writing. I don't know, you kind of, by the end, you realise, oh my God, so I've been viewing this family, because of the way they're positioned in this kingdom, they seem like the honourable, like, do you know what I mean? The get it from the mud kind of family, but really it's just like another elitist family.
Yeah, they lost all their honour with their parents, but really they were still an elitist family. Yeah.
So by the end, I was really reminded that the way it ended, I was just like, Arya's going to go off and colonize countries that shouldn't be in. Sansa. And this is also because, do you know why I've realised I don't like Sansa? Oh, because the actress that played her defended the ending, and I was like, I am done with you.
Sophie, come on.
Grow up.
The ending was trash. We all know it. Why? What did she say? What was the event?
Oh, she probably didn't even say anything bad. I think she just said, like, it's really difficult to end a show. But the way she defended it was just doing too much. It's just like, people are allowed to have opinions on a show that I didn't realise it was so long.
Weeks of our lives there. And
and regardless, you guys are going to make so much money for so long. The ending is problematic as fuck. We're allowed to talk about that. That show, I'm starting to think I don't like that show. That show's kind of a mess. Like, how did I not notice? Why is it so violent?
So I wasn't sure whether I wanted to immediately stop watching it from the beginning again, because it was so great and I wanted to remember everything and watch it, and it was it was so engaging, or if I never ever wanted to watch it again and forget that I'd ever even watched it.
The same.
And read it as well. I don't know.
Oh, my sister's fuming about the book as well. Because I haven't read the books, I find it really funny. It's just like I can just imagine, like, you can't just not finish it. And I told her about the Broadway thing, and she was just like,
it's been too long since the last book that if another book does come out, I will have to read all of the rest of them, because I do not remember what's actually happened and what's gone down and what's the films, the whatever, you know what I mean, the TV program or the book. So I'll have to read it, and I don't know if I want to invest that much time in reading Game of Thrones again when I have so many unfinished like books that are of a much quote unquote higher literary standard to be reading. No shade if you want to read Game of Thrones, they're great, but I've never really got into audiobooks, but maybe I should.
For fantasy adventure, I think it would be quite nice. I've never listened to a fantasy adventure. I usually go like autobiography, or because I just love listening to people tell their story like that. Or I want to say non-fiction, but it's like I try to do like a real serious like historical non-fiction. It's not really. It's more like psychology or like think pieces. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I tried to listen to. I still haven't finished the history of Black Britain. I think I got 50% of the way, and I just couldn't. I need to physically read it. You can't listen to that. Like it's too much information to hear. You forget
out in the
but you do
because but even reading, sometimes when you're reading stuff like that, you can read it and then you're like, oh, I need to read that again.
Exactly. Honestly, that is me. That is 100% me, and that's why I need to, so I can go back and keep reading. And even if it takes me ages, I was also remembering it took me like 2 years to read, what's his name, John Fowles. Is it called The Maggots? Oh my God. Because I needed to it was a physical copy. Thank God for Kindles. I can just Google stuff now. You know, these writers are so fucking doing too much. You're referencing every type of Greek mythology they can. Like it's like a competition to see how much they can get in. I'm like, what the fuck are you on about? I had to keep stopping. Using words I've never heard. I know, I get that's the point of reading, to widen your vocabulary. But when you're reading a physical copy and you need to stop that much, it's so time consuming.
Also, surely that's not the mark of a great writer if you constantly are having to use big words when a smaller one would suffice.
It did feel like
grandiloquence. It's just unnecessary.
100%.
Fancy. Look at me. I know big words. I went to Oxbridge.
Nigerians just call it grammar. if you go up and you talk, because I don't know if you know this, but there's like a specific brand of Nigerian professor who knows every single word in the English dictionary, and they'll just put it into it. Like they'll be talking and they'll just start using all these words, and everyone will go grammar, as in like we get it. Like you can speak, you know. Like, it's so frustrating. But then at the end, because I'm such a competitive person, the satisfaction I feel that this author could not one-up me. What is wrong with me? Like, oh, you thought, bitch. You thought I was going to tap out. I didn't. I get it. And sometimes when you read the meaning, you're like, damn, I can't lie. That's good. No, that was a... But
then you're also like, damn, I wish I could squeeze that into a sentence in my everyday. But you just never will be able to, because you'll always question, did I use it right? Will somebody else know that, call me out and say that's not the correct way to use that word?
100%,
so you just 100%. Don't.
I used to make lists of words when I would hear them for the first time or read them for the first time and think, oh yeah, I can even tell you where those lists are. Like, I'm not doing it.
And now you're writing lyrics and thinking, I would never say that in real life. They're full of all of these words. You're writing lyrics and people would shout grammar at you.
I am.
You are that Nigerian professor. God. But you're not, because you're editing the work.
Yeah, making sure it sounds like me. And it's It's still doing too much. I really want to read you some lyrics after this. Wow, look at how we've come. I'm a terrible friend.
Why? That's
Oh
not
my
a
God.
being a terrible friend. I think it's great.
It's kind of annoying. I feel like, yeah, if you said to me you'd written something, I would love to read it. But I'm not going to lie, like, there's people I've known across the years, especially people who've been they've all been musicians. And when they wanted to share their work with me, I've been like, please don't. But I've obviously have let them because I'm a supportive person, and I was. But then,
but it's also sort of risky because if it's not good, then what do? You're just like.
No, but that's the thing, really and truly, like if somebody's done something and they're willing to share it with you, it's never going to be, in my experience, let me talk for myself, I've never had somebody share something with me that is terrible or really bad. It's just always been like, it's all right. Or it's actually surprisingly good. I've never had it where it's just been like, this is so shit. But
if it was so shit, right, at least that's something. But if it's just, you're like, it's okay.
That's usually what it is, though. You're just like, it sounds like every other thing.
Yeah, so you just like,
you just say like, yeah, it's all right, it's good. But my problem is sometimes when I really like something and I say, oh my God, that's so good, or oh, that's all right. I mean, that's like excellent. So when I say that, people sometimes are like, oh, and I'm like, no, that's really good. But then something's like also like, all right. I also say like, yeah, it's all right.
And this is where like voice notes really come into their own. Because the same word with different intonation.
That's a fact. But I don't get that anymore. There's nobody in my life who would share music with me. I just managed to, I couldn't maintain a friendship with someone who was making music I didn't like. That sounds crazy. But you know what I mean? That sounds nuts. That sounds so nuts.
Oh my God. That does sound brutal.
I don't mean it like that. I just mean like, it's like anything that somebody is continuously doing that you don't like and they always want to talk about it with you. It's like, well, I don't want to talk about that. It's like, your friend who has a girlfriend who he hates. Have you ever had this? And he thinks because you're a woman, you'll understand. And you're like, well, every human being on the planet is different. Just because, like, I might not be the audience for this. Also, I don't feel comfortable after a while of you like constantly slagging this person off. Now,
also break up with them.
Yeah,
or, like, why are you with them? What's going on? Do you actually like them, but you're just being a dick? Do you not like them and you're just with them for like what is the truth here? What am I supposed to believe? How do you want me to feel about this person?
What do you need from me?
Yeah, exactly. Give me a break. Am I supposed to hate this person and be on your side? Because we're going around in circles here and I'm exhausted. I just need to know what you're expecting of me. You don't need to go through all of this and tell me all of this if what you're really wanting is me to just not like this person. And tell you to break up with them, or for me, like just be straight with me. I don't have time for this shit. Is what I would say if I had any friends.
That really gets you in shit though, because I've had it. Because if it's my real friend and they tell me something, I'm going to give them my real opinion. It took me a while to realize that when people are in a couple, they just want to vent.
Yeah, so you can't tell them. Yeah. Don't get involved with that, yeah.
Because you'll be like, oh my God, in a group chat, like, dump him. And then they're like, still together. And you're like, oh shit. And now when you see them, you're like, oh,
yeah, he's cool.
You're overcompensating. You're being so nice. You're laughing so loudly at their jokes. And your friend's just looking at you like, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You told me to leave him.
You are scum. And also, he knows. Because I told him that you said that. Because
she told him.
We're that close. We're that tight. I love him.
He's actually my best friend, and you're just
he's my man. Yeah.
When we fall out. So
exactly. When I need to just blow off steam.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I'm sorry. And I've also had it when a guy who will, like, specifically like that archetype man who doesn't talk about his feelings kind of guy has come to me and told me about a relationship when I've been like, oh no, this is really bad. I can't sugarcoat this and make you feel better. I'm like, no, I've actually got to explain to you how bad this is. Yeah. And if you were another, do you know what I mean? If in any other circumstance, if you told this story, like, this is really serious. Like, this isn't a fun thing.
Yeah, this is like professional help levels.
And I hate when something crazy happens between a couple of any gender and everyone else is acting like normal. And you're like, isn't this abuse? Did you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is really wrong. And you don't know what to say. And some of those couples stay together for like years, whatever, but they've had, maybe not like, I don't mean to make light of domestic abuse because I know that's like a pattern and a cycle, but like a moment of violence between two people or something. And then you're just like, I don't actually like, and the way everyone's just like laughing it off or just making it like, and it's just like, that's actually really, I don't know.
No,
but then maybe I'm just,
just like how everybody jokes about Walder Frey and all of his wives, but no one actually does anything, even though they're all thinking, this is fucked up. This is so fucked up. Why is he bedding all of his daughters and granddaughters? Why does he have so many wives? Where are all the sons?
Where are all the sons?
Because they can't just all be women. They're not all girls that are born. Where the fuck are the sons? I don't. Ooh. So earlier today, I was out walking Mango and around my area. A guy kind of walked out of a house, and it's been raining, and Mango hates the rain. So sometimes when she'll just like stop in her tracks, and she just won't move. And I'll have to pull her along or try and coax her, but she'll just be really like stubborn and it's like. For the listeners, I'm just like, just standing my ground and scrunching my face up and just, that's what Mango's like. She just really, really won't move. And so anyway, this happens at this point where this guy walks out and I'm like, okay, so sometimes she can be a bit funny. She might get a bit skittish. She might like lunge because she's scared at somebody. So I'm like, keep me calm, holding onto a lead. I'm like, cool, if you don't want to move, don't worry about it. We'll just wait here. We'll move when you're ready. And then a window opens up and this woman's shouting out like, I hate you. You're a fucking piece of shit. How could you do that? You're sick, you're twisted. And I'm like, oh crap, what? And Mango will not move. Mango's just staying in the street, just like, I will not be moved. And I'm like, okay, let's go. And I'm also thinking, fuck, Mango might start lunging and jumping and making the situation worse and like barking at these people who are obviously having a fucking moment, but also she won't leave. So I'm worried that the girl's going to be thinking that I'm just sat there like watching the fucking show with my dog. And it's so awkward.
I almost got beat up once, so that's... You can't, if people are arguing, you cannot even look over.
Don't, yeah. But then it's just like, there's almost nothing that you can do is going to be right. You can't look over, but then you can't not do anything, but you're there, so you're involved.
I would have thought you were like, literally like, oh, what's going on here? Like, you purposefully stopped with your dog to watch the show. I mean, meanwhile, your dog is like, I'm absolutely not moving, and I don't know why you brought me here.
The rain is cold and it's horrible, but I won't move to go home. Thank God that she hadn't stopped to do a poop. That would have been the only thing that would have been made the situation more awkward. Could you imagine? And I'm sorry, like, God, I hope that nothing serious had gone on. I hope it was like just high emotions. But imagine in the middle of this situation, Mango's just stopped to do a poop, and I'm like really sorry, but I just need to pick up this dog poop. And then I pick it up, and then Mango still won't move, and it's like, oh God, so awkward. Oh. That bit didn't happen, but
that is so funny to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can just imagine your face when she's like, you're sick. You'd have been like, oh no,
I can't do this. Yeah.
Why is this happening?
Luckily, I get Mango walking, but then I see the guy coming back and like knocking on the door. I'm like, what are you doing? She's just told you to go away because you're sick and twisted. Just maybe leave it for a bit.
Maybe let the dust settle. It's been 1 minute. It's been 60 seconds.
like, did you like forget something? Did you forget your keys? Well, it would have had to be something that was, you really needed to go back for.
He is a really sick and twisted, manipulative person, and he knows to strike while the iron is hot.
Oh God! I hope not. I really hope it wasn't.
I don't mean physically strike. I mean like sometimes, like if you, because like giving people room to cool down and stuff like that is usually like when someone's like trying to like do the right thing. If someone's trying to do the wrong thing, they'll just put the heat on until it's like, do you know what I mean? Until it's resolved. I'm sorry, but that is such a funny story.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on, and as I said, hopefully nothing too terrible. But for me, it was
he probably slept with a friend or something, or he was DMing some girl he shouldn't have been. It's always the same thing. It's always cheating and lying.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Anyway,
from my side of things, it was just awkwardness in this street. Or a fucking hailstorm. Oh, Jesus.
Oh man, it's so hot. It's like it literally is like being in another country. And I
don't know how you're going to cope in the summer.
This is the summer in England. May and August. That's it.
June.
June and July aren't popping. No, but May, the end of May is always so hot in England. It always is. I'm like, check the records, but I have no idea. I just always remember being so hot in May. Like May bank holiday.
I don't know. We just had a bloody hailstorm today, so I don't know what's...
So I'm saying it's like a tropical storm.
That was crazy.
Storm.
That was absolutely
It's like that
nuts.
every day here. Every day. It's hot. There's no sun. It's cloudy. It's humid. And then it just starts hailing. And the window's always open.
Apocalyptic kind of...
Yeah, but like... apocalypse in the most boring
in the most mundane British way possible.
This is the driest apocalypse I could have envisioned.
Well, it's it's not a like wham bam thank you man apocalypse. It's like a war of attrition. It's just like we're just gonna really fucking grind you down.
Wow, acid rain style. I like it.
So, well, don't like it, but
that'll
be the next thing. I shouldn't be plotting doom, but we just had like this bloody pandemic. The next thing's probably going to be, every time it rains, you can't leave your house because it's actually acid rain.
What about the killer hornets and the bees?
Oh, I forgot about the killer hornets.
There's a war outside, and the government could have fixed it, but they won't pay.
Where are the killer hornets again?
Okay, there's not been that many.
Nope.
No, I mean cited in the UK. It's not like it's become a problem. I don't want to give you misinformation. Yeah, I know they haven't got rid of them. So I'm saying it like it's not that big a deal. It could become one at any problem.
Yeah.
Killer hornets.
So it just
and have you seen
like...
how dumb the bees are now? No shade to bees. I love you guys. But you guys are so dumb now. They're like, they can't... It's the pesticides. I didn't realise they're like drunk in love off the pesticides.
We are literally killing them.
It's really sad. Like a bee will fly into the window and it will take so long just to fly back out. It's like, and I'm like, the window's there. I have to like guide the bee out. And it's not like the bee can attack windows. No, bees used to be able to travel. No, I'm sorry, but that's dumb.
But windows are not a bee construct.
No, but generally speaking, no shade to bees, but this is how they fly. Okay, so like they've just flown in, and now they're like, this is them flying out.
It sounds like it's bloody boiling in your house.
No,
they're probably heat stroking.
But the flies are like this.
Oh, the flies don't. Yeah.
Like you can't stop a fly, whereas the wasps are in between, but way more like agile. Like they're ready for war. But the bees are like, oh my God, no wonder you guys are dying. You guys are so dumb. It's very endearing. It's like watching somebody who is like the most intelligent, smart, active person just become like a sweet elderly and dependent on you.
Yeah, it's like it's very sweet watching the demise of humanity in the
so cute. Oh my god.
Gate of a bee. Oh, get out of this window.
The window is like 10 meters wide. The bee still can't leave.
Oh
my god.
Put a little dish of sugar water out for it so it can just like power up and go.
Oh, I never thought to do that because I don't want it because like I don't know why, but bees love this house.
You'll probably encourage all sorts, yeah. You probably get ants coming in next.
God.
Once the ants have taken root, you can say goodbye.
I was worried the birds were nesting the other day. I was like, guys, like it's like I know you can go wherever you want, but you can't just all come and hang out on the roof at the same time. You're so loud.
Oh no, you can't. When I get birds hopping on the chimney here, Mango goes nuts. She hates them. She hates them. She'll see them, she'll jump, she'll literally fly across the room to try and get them as they fly down, and she can see, she just goes crazy. But
I am Mango. I am literally Mango out the window, like one shouting at the birds, hey! And they carried on singing, and I was like, obviously they're not.
Well, yeah, just in the same way when Mango's going crazy, they're like, you can get me, bitch. What are you going to do? Like, okay, I'll just fly. Yeah. Firstly, I'll fly away. Or secondly, I'll stay right here and you still can't get me and it doesn't matter. And you're just annoyed and I'm fine. Yeah.
Oh, no, you'd know if you'd see one of these giant hornets. They're huge. Can they kill humans? Yes, but deaths are rare, so... Sorry.
I mean, a lot of things can kill humans, so...
Yeah, and I think the only reason I would have thought the only reason it would be dangerous is because we don't have the education. Like obviously, if it's your native country, you're used to certain animals, you know which ones are dangerous, which ones are not. But in England, like, I mean, I just don't know. I remember the first time I didn't realise the difference between the freaking giant cows and a bull. I was like, but they look so similar. And the guys were like, the bulls have giant hooks through their nose.
And also massive balls.
Didn't see that.
Like, didn't notice the difference between giant udders and giant balls.
Honey, that's not what I was looking at. I'm not going to lie, I was shitting myself. It's like my DV story. Oh my God. I was like, I can't believe they've sent us out here to die. I'm like, first of all, I was born in Croydon. I don't know anything about this country. Shit, you guys. And there are actually loads of green places in Croydon, as I later discovered. It's just where I was born that was a concrete jungle, if you will.
Oh, sure, Alicia. Calm down.
It wasn't. It's like the cutest place. It's like, well, I don't know if it was like that when we lived there, but they've painted the whole thing pink.
Oh.
It's so cute. In my opinion, it's cute anyway. And like, this is what's nuts. I don't know if I should tell this story, but like our neighbours who we used to always swap, I was going to say DVDs with, videos with. So their mum was a doctor, right? And she used to work all the time. Mm-hmm. And it was like council housing, and some people had ex-council housing. But I just think it's nuts just because like we're like quote unquote immigrants, like this is where we live, even though their mum's a doctor, whatever. Their son grew up to actually, I can't remember the exact story, but he used to like literally play with my sister and stuff. He committed like an act of terrorism. And then like my dad was like, do you remember, and I can't remember their name now, and he was like, you know those kids that you used to start? And I was like, yeah, because I literally remember stopping videos with them because my mom traded our Aladdin video because she didn't like Aladdin. And I was furious. I'll never forget that. But we
traded it for what?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit and The Rescuers Down Under. Yeah, but come on. It was when Aladdin first came out.
It's not a fair trade, but it's not.
But still, it was just the fact that I was like, Aladdin was about to be our favourite film. Like, why?
Yeah, you won't have had enough wear out of that tape before it was swapped.
Yeah, it would have been because one of the Christian mums was like, it's witchcraft. Always fucking up my shit, man. Haven't even seen it. Because that's my mom. My mom will just buy us stuff, let us enjoy our lives, and then some stupid woman at church will come up to my mom and be like, da 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 da. And next thing you know, we're not allowed it. And we're like, but you don't even care. You're just list. Anyway, I really need to move past that childhood trauma. But yeah, my dad was like, he was like watching his mom like crying on TV, and he was just like, this is nuts.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's not, I don't know. I'm not to say it's not that crazy, but at the time it seemed nuts, more crazy, because now I just think how many people, like after seeing things like people storming the Capitol in America and stuff, people just do like crazy things, and it literally could be anybody at any point. And also it's different because like, it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm too, people get annoyed, but like, when young people are radicalized, it's just like, I don't know, I find it quite sad. And the fact that it was him just kind of, to me, really showed it could be anybody. It's not the thing they're making it out to be. It could happen to anyone.
And it's born of people needing to needing to believe in something, I guess.
Sometimes, but there's also other factors. Like, I'm not justifying terrorism. I'm talking about like foreign policy.
Yeah, it's
Israel is
in a
kind
system
of
of
like
oppression, and if you're being oppressed and somebody gives you some reason to believe and some reason to fight, like, yeah, I can see it happening. I can see why people get radicalized.
And at the time, it was like because it was literally older people purposefully targeting vulnerable young people. And they started, I don't know if you remember, there was like loads of like talk about doing like community like outreach and all this stuff to like it's the same with all violent crime that happens. There's always like local communities always organized to try and prevent it, and they're never given the support they need or the funding they need. And it's just like, wow. But then I can't say I have the same level of empathy. But I know why. I was going to say for people who are like young white supremacists who do the same thing. But I know why I don't have the same level of empathy, because it's just not the same. Like you can literally like, what the consequences are not the same at all.
Yeah.
Like committing an act of terrorism as like a non-white person in the UK, that is like your life is over.
Yeah, it's a death sentence.
It's not for like young white people who just go
they're
to
just troubled though, you know.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, they're just vulnerable and da-da. Like, you're the least oppressed and you're worried about.
They grew up poor. They grew up.
And like everyone else who grew up rich.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh,
but
God.
yeah, I've just got your Alicia comment. It's from Concrete Jungle.
I was wondering why that didn't get the response that I'm getting now.
Oh my God. And to be clear, I did, and I'm not saying to be clear because I don't want to be associated with where I was born. I just mean we moved out quite young. I just don't want to oversell it, because I know some of my sisters will be listening to this like, oh my, like literally like you, okay, relax. you hardly grew up in the depth of poverty, you twats. But yeah, I still love Croydon. Shout out to Croydon. Anywho, best library in the game. Obviously, it's because it's the first library I saw when I was young, and I was just like, I'm a nerd. I don't know what to tell you. I was like, this is amazing. Oh gosh, the library used to be popping. I don't know if they still do it. They used to like have. You have like reading days, or someone will like read a book and then everyone's like sitting around. They sold the best snacks, lollies. They had this train that went around the whole library.
Okay, that's not what my library was like.
It was lit. But it wasn't like the library like that.
So
no shade to the Sunset City. That is not what Blackpool is called.
No, it's not. The Sunset City, firstly, it's not a city.
I feel like we should start a petition to make Blackpool a city. Like, what has a girl got to do to be called a city? What do you need? A cathedral? Let's build.
Mate, they wouldn't even give us the bloody contract for the casino. Blackpool's like on its knees, puts in a bid for the big casino, and I think that they gave it to like Manchester, and it's just ridiculous.
But it would be perfect in Blackpool.
Of course, it would be perfect in Blackpool, but no.
No, oh my God, I'd be there. There
are casinos in Blackpool.
No,
there was like going to be a big super casino.
They should do it. They should make, I know it, not necessarily for big corporations, blah, 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 but whatever. They should do it. They should make more arenas, like fighting spaces, boxing, MMA, more casinos, more strip clubs. Like, I'm with it. Let's have a little Las Vegas and Blackpool.
That's what it was supposed to be.
It basically is that already. I just didn't realise
it's such a not
a budget version.
Yeah.
Oh my God, imagine somebody who's been to Vegas and been to Blackpool listening to this, and I'm saying that Blackpool is the Vegas of England.
Having been to Vegas and grown up in Blackpool, let me tell you something for nothing. Blackpool is not, and I dare say never will be, the Las Vegas of Britain.
Okay, but Britain doesn't really have.
You can't, for starters. Las Vegas is literally in the middle of a freaking desert.
Yeah.
Like nothing. Oh, a big city, bright lights.
You don't think Blackpool's like that?
No, because it's not in the middle of nothing. It's not in the middle of a desert.
There is nothing in this country. We are in a giant car park surrounded by trees. Okay.
That's legit what Blackpool is like. It really is like a car park.
It's the whole country. Sometimes I'm like, who built this?
Yeah.
Like, whose idea was this? Oh my God.
But it would be good if there was some regen in Blackpool.
It would be good if there was regen everywhere outside of London.
Especially in the north, yeah.
Especially in the north. Did you see what they did to Sheffield? I was like, damn, so.
Yeah.
Turning historical buildings into bingo parlors. Like, I get it. Like, I get that bingo is big business. But I just feel like, come on, like, certain historical buildings, like, you couldn't do something else with this.
Oh, but could you not just still make it
nice,
a bingo parlor, but without just keeping? Surely they'd still have to keep all of the same, like the old fixtures and restore it.
I didn't go inside. Just from the outside, I can just tell you it looks ridiculous. It was ugly. It's not. It's too much. Like, there's a way to do things. Like, you know how. Is it you that told me there's a certain McDonald's where the only McDonald's in the world? You did not tell me this.
I did not tell you this. I can tell you for nothing. Did you listen to the first sentence? Was it you that told me that there's only one McDonald's in the world that is? I don't even know how you're going to finish that sentence, because I don't even know what the fact is.
This sounds like a Twitter thread. Natalie did not give me this fact.
But go
there's
on.
Only one McDonald's that doesn't have the traditional sign, because that part of the town, everything's like a certain colour scheme, and they were like, you are absolutely not ruining the colour scheme. Oh, that is called town planning, honey.
Where is that? I need to know. I want to see. Google that.
You should Google it.
But then that's so good, because obviously, I mean, we don't know where it is, so we're not going there. But if we did find out, and it's obviously going to be a tourist destination, because people are going to want to go to the one McDonald's in the world that doesn't have the freaking golden arches.
I actually want to find it, because I'm pretty sure it's pink.
Oh my! Of course, it's going to be pink. It's like pink and turquoise.
The sign isn't.
Instagram gold.
Oh, it's just giving me loads of pink McDonald's. Why this Arizona McDonald's? Yeah, it's Arizona. It's so cute. It's not pink. It's more like, sorry, I said that too enthusiastically. The actual sign is turquoise. It's so cute. I like it. Listen, I'm a very basic girl. I like a calf, a diner.
A greasy spoon. Which
I don't want to eat there.
American listeners, a greasy spoon is your good old greasy diner.
Yeah, it literally is, but not like a nice diner, not like an upmarket diner, like the kind of ones.
No, and it's not serving you like, you know, burgers and chips and stuff and mac and cheese. It's serving you fried eggs and beans and chips.
And sausages and bacon if you're lucky, and that's literally all they have.
It's serving you your breakfast foods, your full carcinogenic breakfast foods, your bacon, your eggs, your sausages. Oh God, there's no pancakes in this place, no waffles, nothing cute like that. There's not going to be maple syrup.
There's fried bread though.
It's good. Let's be clear, it's not French toast. This is literally fried bread fried in oil with a healthy serving of brown sauce and ketchup. Those are your condiment choices. There's no maple syrup here. No, sir.
I really want to go to Amsterdam, random, but oh my God. I think I had the best pancakes there. I really want to go to Amsterdam. Do good breakfasts. I just want to leave the country. I do really want to go to Amsterdam. I want to go to Amsterdam in the winter and I want to go out and I want to party. Grow up, Ruth. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know about this
You
year.
know what? I even wouldn't mind like a night out in London. Like, when was the last time we went out?
I just want to go somewhere and like and dance. I just want to go out dancing.
I'm making a song at the moment that is like going out. Oh my God, I want to dance with somebody so bad.
I want to go out and dance with somebody to Whitney Houston's. I want to dance with somebody.
Oh my God, I want to go to a club that's like how they dance in Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
Not like the pick me up shit, I just mean the grinding.
Firstly, you can't carry me. I'm not running that fast. I'm not running fast enough for you to pick me up. Secondly, just dip me low. Slow.
Oh my God.
Yes, Christina.
If I went out and heard that song, I would
dip it fucking low
on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not playing games.
You pick it up so slow it would be the end of the song before you got to the top.
I do not have the core strength.
No wonder.
My legs would be shaking up.
Yeah. You would dip it so low, come up so slow that you wouldn't make it back up.
Oh my God,
you would buckle over.
My thighs. That's the worst when you dip it low and then you're coming up and you buckle and you've got heels on, so you literally have to do a little jump to keep yourself.
Those are the days.
I really want to go out. I want to go out and I want to listen to I just want to listen to like music that I'll never hear, like smooth R&B.
Music that you would never really choose to listen to in your own time, but you want to like, you know what, like things that you just wouldn't think to, like your Christina Milians. Let's have some Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah. I want to go. Forget smooth R&B. I want to go to a central London club with the disco lights on the floor. And I want to listen to Wake Me Up When It's All Over.
And I want to close the night out to Journey. Don't Stop Believing.
Basically, I want to go to what I used to think was actually the worst night of my life, but it's now a signal of freedom.
Yes.
God, those nights used to be like actually okay, because you would only ever be there when you're like with like a really good group of friends and you're just like, you've got nowhere to go and it's just there, so you'll go. So you'll end up having fun. When you get there, you're like, this is ass. This music is no shade really to the Black Eyed Peas. This is really bad. The drinks are nasty. The toilets smell weird. But
you're waiting quite a long time to even get into a cubicle.
Yeah. But after a couple drinks,
after a couple more,
when it's all over.
Oh, then give me all the Avicii.
I'm like, I didn't know I knew all these songs, but
how do you know them?
I don't know.
No, either.
It's like, when did you hear?
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh God.
The first chords to Mr. Brightside comes on. Everyone's just jumping, screaming.
There was a time where that song,
a stranger, and you just screaming. That's Mr. Brightside.
They shouldn't play that song though. That song is so sad. Am I the only one who thinks that's a sad song?
It's devastating.
So why do they always do it?
It's also a banger.
It makes me feel so alone, especially when the DJ shouts, "Are you ready?" And I'm just like, I feel so alone in my sadness.
And then they play Robin dancing on my own.
No, I'm leaving.
And that's it. You're done. I am done. You're either leaving or you're leaving the dance floor to go to the bar to drink yourself stupid.
I've literally put a reference to that song in this song, and it's for you, Natalie. Like, who will get this, Natalie? No one else. Who will listen to this, Natalie? No one else.
I am your target audience.
You are my audience.
Target or not, I'd like to target some new people, but it's just her. Why?
Oh my gosh.
We need to broaden our audience base. So if everybody listening to this now, we say it all the time, if you're still listening by this point in the episode, check out our Instagram account. We promise we'll start posting regularly soon.
I know, at the end of the month, I'm back on Instagram for a short amount of time. Just
coming soon.
Just to run our page, because oh my God, I don't know if I should say this on the podcast, because you know how I promised myself I'd stop gossiping. Something happened every day. Something happened this weekend that made me, I can't remember the last time. It just had me glued to the internet. And then I woke up this morning. I'm not joking. I was so depressed this morning. And I was like, oh my God, all my feelings of jealousy and insecurity had come back. And I was like, oh my God, it's because I've been on social media. Yeah. I can't believe it works like that. I found out so many things I didn't want to know.
Maybe we shouldn't gossip about it.
Well, it's not. Everyone's talking about it, but I just try not to gossip. But basically, you don't know. Do you know Joe Budden?
I've heard you talk about him.
Okay, so he has a podcast, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure I told you something happened and I had to I was like, I can't do this, because I thought it was going to be, I'm so childish. I thought it was going to be first I just want to say this, because everyone will say everyone makes mistakes, which really upsets me, because everyone genuinely, including myself, I've made some horrible mistakes in my life. But it really upsets me when people make a pattern of terrible behavior a mistake, especially when it comes to abuse, because it's just that's not a mistake, that's intentional. And what you're actually doing is you're letting them off the hook for it. But I don't know, I feel like I don't want to get into all that, but something happened where one of his exes said something where I was just like, okay, if she's saying it, why would she lie? Do you know what I mean? She's losing more than she's gaining. And then it made me really realise, okay, every single woman who's ever been with him, permanent or casual, some way there's been some sort of abuse story, literally every single one. And then he's kind of made it out he was on a lot of drugs before, really. And you know, when certain people are on certain drugs, they literally are quite violent. And I'm not using that as an excuse, but it genuinely happens. He's made it seem like that. But when he said that she was lying, because it was just, I thought it was going to be a real moment. I know, I'm so dumb. I tuned in because I thought he's going to be a moment of accountability, and it's going to force other people who have done this to be honest. I'm so dumb. To be honest about their past. Sorry. No, I'm so dumb. And he was called her a liar, and I was like, whoa. And I was, the way he said it and everything, it was just really messy. So I stopped listening. Not that I was the most avid. They did not miss my viewership. You know what I mean? It's our occasional listeners stop listening. Sometimes it was just too misogynistic. But one of the hosts on there, basically, I'm not going to lie, he's a bit of me. He is a bit of me. So basically Joe Budden and his co-host were sort of parted ways. But it's crazy because they're supposed to be real friends. And I was glued to the internet. I watched his reaction. I watched their reaction. I watched his reaction on Instagram Live. I read all the tweets about it. And I was like, I didn't do it the whole weekend because I'm not going to lie, I had stuff to do, but I really allowed myself to indulge. I was like, you know what, go on then. But I wish I hadn't. I should have just watched what they had to say and called it a day. The rest was just like, this is not healthy. And my opinion in my head doesn't make a difference to anyone's life. But the guy that is a bit of me, he's obviously, everyone's taking it like seriously because they were all like huge podcast fans, and like he's basically saying what went wrong, but he is pissed off. And there is just something about an angry man in a sweatsuit just does it for me.
Okay.
He looked so good. I was like, you have never been so attractive to me. I don't know if it's the lighting, your outfit, which was on point. I don't know if it's because you're so angry, but not angry like losing your shit. You know, when you're angry about something, but you're explaining it in a controlled manner.
Oh yeah, you're very articulate.
Just very direct. So maybe angry is the wrong word, but it's just like, I was just like, this is so, I'm so aroused. Wow. So yeah, it really reignited my fire. Relight my fire. Yeah, I'm going to cut this bit out because I'm like, there is no way I'm letting the world know that's what I did this week. What a fucking loser. Oh my
and
God.
that is your triumphant return to social media for a brief spell.
That's why I'm like, I can't go back on there.
Yeah.
And it really, and I feel like I would have finished the song I was working on if I hadn't, but then maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I would have just needed breaks. I think I need a lot more of a break than I realized. You really can't work for 12 hours. Just never happens.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's does that?
Something that the government would sanction.
Oh, they don't care. What did you do this weekend?
What did I do? Well, I wasn't very well yesterday, so I just didn't do anything really.
What was wrong? And what causes your am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
What causes migraines for you? Do you know? Because it seems very
I feel like I have a trigger. Maybe if I'm tired or stressed.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Because I've only ever had one, and it was so bad. That's why I feel so bad for people who have them. It's so painful.
Get them often, and I don't really get them regularly, but I get them more regularly as I'm getting older.
Okay.
Yeah.
As our bodies give up slowly.
I know.
Over the course of 4 years.
Crumble and fall away. So, yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, thank God. The time is 1:45. I was thinking, oh God, I feel like we've been talking for so long, but that's not too bad.
Yikes. So should we wrap it up?
100%.
In short, do we think that we're going to go back into Game of Thrones in
Eventually,
the same way?
I'm going to watch it.
Eventually, we're going to have to, but it hasn't sucked me back in the same way that Once Upon a Time clearly has.
It's because it was the pilot episode. It was like, watch the rest.
Yeah, true. Maybe if we'd gone into another episode, I wouldn't have been as sucked in, but because it was a pilot, I was like, oh, okay, I need to know what's happening now.
I'm lying. I would have been more sucked in if we'd watched like a Peter Pan episode. I'd have been like, okay, I'm in.
So, but yeah, was it brutal and terrifying and gross and unnecessarily violent? Yeah, it was. All of those things. Do I remember why Game of Thrones was such a scarring, traumatic thing to watch? And that's the reason why they kept you coming back for more? It is trauma porn.
It is.
Yeah. It stopped being like porn and then started being trauma porn. And I think that they really should have just brought back more of the sex, to be honest.
Yeah, it's because Stannis and his what's her name? Melisandre. That's not her. Yeah. Oh my God, they were getting it in. They really carried the sex scenes. Remember when they did it on that table?
Yeah.
Those were the days. What series was that? I'm going to watch that series.
Then I also feel like a lot of these, Cersei and Jaime really carried a lot of the sex scenes in the earlier seasons.
I don't remember them getting that freaky.
Do you not?
I can imagine that would be a Pornhub favourite.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, who used to have sex?
I mean, when Daenerys turned around, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
When she learned how to wipe on the cocky, I'm definitely carrying that bit. I am carrying that bit immediately. I don't know why I said that. Imagine Daenerys on top of that guy listening to like vibes contact. And people are like, but there's no speakers here.
They didn't have the equipment for this. It's just all the Dothraki around her singing. To be fair, that's pretty much what did happen, kind of.
Oh, yeah, that was a whole different vibe, though.
Yeah.
That wasn't cute. That wasn't a fun scene. But, like, even that scene, like, at the time, I just watched it and I was like, oh, this is a bit much. But now I wouldn't be able to watch that. I'd be like, this is horrible.
Yeah. Why did we accept this? Why were we all okay with this?
Because our understanding of consent and just human sexuality in general has evolved in such a way that now... And the fact that I didn't understand at the time should tell you all, like, you need to know about my sex life.
Oh, no, yeah. Yeah.
Woo.
The fact that we watched these things and weren't verbalizing or didn't even really know why they were wrong or made us feel uncomfortable. Or made us just think, yeah, sure, that would happen. That checks out.
Yeah, that's is 100%
more it.
How it
it's
goes.
Just you're like, oh yeah, sure, but there's nothing. I recognize this from. Oh, this is just boys will be boys.
That's how everyone loses their virginity.
Yeah, like, is that not? Oh God! But then because you're also like, oh, but Khal Drogo's so hot, so it's fine. It's not fucking fine. It's just fine.
Crying.
Oh God. Yeah. So.
Wow.
We're not going back into Game of Thrones right now.
That show is bad. And I don't mean bad like bad as in good. I mean that show is bad.
Should never have got as many seasons. Should have been cancelled after the first.
It makes me think if I watch it again, maybe I really will be blown away by the acting because that's the only thing I can think.
I don't know because I don't think that the acting was all that good. I think it was universally known that it was not great.
Really?
I always felt like that's what, no one thought that the acting chops were fantastic.
Oh, I thought it was all right. I mean, I thought that Stannis Baratheon, Ned Stark, Catelyn,
maybe the older people, like, no one thought Jon Snow was good at acting. Come off it.
That's not his real life. Maybe he's so good. That's right.
Stop it. No one thought that any of the Stark kids were good at acting. Apart from maybe
Jon Snow was good. I didn't at the time. I didn't at the time, but honestly now I think Jon Snow is a really good actor. Like his broody little face.
I thought he was just doing too much all the time, overacting.
He was hardly doing anything.
He was over-egging the custard for me.
Really? I'm trying to think who was really overdoing it. I can't say. I feel bad.
Go on.
No, I actually feel bad because he seems like a nice guy in real life.
Bran.
Who else was overdoing it? Oh, Bran was a child. He didn't know what was going on. His fits were crazy, though. That leather vest was so nice. I was like, I would wear that.
But you meant his like literal fits when he was becoming Hodor. His outfits were great.
I wouldn't say that, you guys.
No.
I mean, who knows what I'd say next? What will she say next?
Do I want a little leather jerkin? Absolutely. But obviously not real leather anymore.
Is that what it's called?
A jerkin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a
I really want a gherkin now.
A gherkin? As in a pickle?
I'd love one. But a jerkin sounds like some weird sexual joke type thing. Like a jerk and a gherkin? Like, is that not... No? No.
Yeah, so a jerkin is... yeah, that's exactly what a jerkin is.
How do you know? Please tell me it's from the books and you had to Google it and you weren't just like, oh, no, I know what a jerkin is.
No, I just feel like I do know what a jerkin is, but how? I don't know. Not from the books, just sounds like you know that it's like that's...
No, if someone said, what's a jerkin, I would have never guessed. I would have thought maybe it was like a jacket, something else hybrid.
Yeah, well, it is like a little like close-fitted jacket made out of leather.
No, but I would have thought the name came from somebody like Scott.
Oh, right.
What the hell's a jacket?
Well, I can't speak to the origins of the actual word, but now you know that's what.
But think about the word trouser. What the hell is that?
I don't know.
Where does that come from? Shirt sounds right. Trouser sounds like somebody said it wrong. They were like, "Fuck it, let's keep
go
it
with it." Yeah. Well, the English language, just all sorts of craziness. But yeah, a little leather jerkin, sure. A little corset top, definitely. I just want to add to my outfit when I have nothing apart from like this chainmail top and my lenga, just my outfit for various like nondescript period costume pieces. Can't place the timeline, but it's definitely not modern day. I just need more outfits like that.
I definitely want like anything that can be described as a quote unquote peasant dress. Like I need that. Like a velvet leather. Where did that come from? But I mean it. No. Yeah. Like a velvet like corset, but the ones that come under your boobs, like a leather lining,
right,
and like really gross wide ribbon at the back and then like a white puff blouse underneath.
Yeah.
So much bosom. Everyone's like, just don't, please change.
Yeah.
And like
okay,
wench. Yeah, I want to wench it up. Ooh.
But like, where are we going? Where are you wearing this outfit? Is this a sex outfit? Is it just for you to wear around your house? Is it because it's not an everyday outfit? But obviously, we all want this. And when I say we all, you and I want this particular outfit in our closets just to have.
I also just want to be able to, I want it to be more acceptable to dress like that. I guess I should just be myself. Like if I show up, I've just thought about this. If I show up to a guy's house, I don't actually always want to be wearing these weird outfits I wear. Sometimes I want to be like dressed as the feather duster from Beauty and the Beast.
Totally,
So what?
Yeah. Are you telling me you're not into that?
Including like a stocking over my head so I look like a tube.
Which in these times is just safe.
A guy did once put on do you know what a ballet is? A balaclava?
Yeah.
Of course you know what a balaclava is.
Who do you think I am?
You know what a freaking jerkin is. But you don't know
Why would I not know what a balaclava is? What kind of... How did you think I grew up? I don't know.
No, I don't know why. I think because I was going to say ballet, then I thought...
I wouldn't have known what a ballet is.
I think
but a balaclava, yeah.
And then I realised if you just say the full word...
Yeah.
Very obvious what you're talking about. What were you even saying? Oh, somebody put one of those on before he was going to get with me, but I just couldn't stop laughing. I wanted to do it. I just couldn't get over if you just give me a minute to get over my childish ways. I know it's kind of unattractive when someone's like giggling like a kid because you're just like, you're an immature bitch. But I am. Just give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, or just like maybe some pre-warning.
Yeah, I literally came out the bathroom and it was on. And I was like, this is funny.
But was it supposed to be more like sexy invader kind of?
No, because he
role
smiled.
play or
he smiled at me.
Oh.
He should have like. Also, do you know what? To be honest, it felt very much like the last girl I was with. We tried this thing, so now I'm just gonna crack out and see how it goes down.
Right? Yeah.
And so immediately I'm laughing, and I'm also thinking, oh, so you're sleeping with someone else? Cool. Yes, listeners, I am crazy, and I was definitely right. Because he later, like months later, said to me, and he was like, didn't we have sex and I had a balaclava on once? And I was like, no, that wasn't me. And he was probably thinking, why did she say it like that?
But it was somebody.
Because I knew from the jump that was what was going on. Sorry, I'm so jealous. I'm still so jealous. Wow.
Oh man, just wait for the horniest summer ever.
When I want to put the cookie, I'm never saying that again. I need to stop.
Except 5 more times before we end this podcast.
I sound like the girl from Little Mix. Have you ever seen her when she did that Jamaican accent and she was like, I'll send it to you. It's so funny.
Deja vu though from you saying.
It's so funny. But she also quit Little Mix because she was getting cyberbullied. So I don't know if we can still laugh at it. I feel like the cyberbullying was not over that.
Cyberbullying for?
Just, she was cyberbullied for years, apparently. Not apparently, it didn't happen.
Because of her, was this because of her weight?
I think that was part, yes, she got fat shamed, body shamed.
She's not, where's she from? She's not black, is she?
No, she just has so much fake tan on that you think she might be.
But then, no, because she's obviously definitely not. So why is she doing a Jamaican accent?
Oh, no, she was asked to. They were doing like a game. And because I'm guessing that's...
it's not in a song. Wait,
no, that's you're thinking of, who's that girl? There is a woman with blonde hair who's like always on the music channels. She's a white woman and she did do a Jamaican accent, and I was like, this is not giving what you think it's giving. It's way worse than mine. It's so embarrassing, and I'm just like, first of all, in general, I just find I even find white Jamaicans offensive. They're like, I literally grew up here, and I'm like, shut the hell up.
Go back to your American accent. Oh. Yeah, well, send me the link then off air.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm definitely sending it to you. God, I haven't. It's so funny. I want to say boopy, but I think that's from a cartoon.
So I think this is it. I think we're done.
We were supposed to stop. I'm definitely cutting the last half an hour of this podcast. We lost the way badly.
A little bit. Well, yeah, that's it. We're done.
Good night, you guys. Good day. Apparently people mostly listen to this on a Friday afternoon, but I don't know if that's just a time zone thing. But yeah, have a great day, you guys. You Friday.
Yeah. Good night, good day, wherever you are.
Fuck everybody else.
And don't forget to check us out on Instagram. That's why.
Oh yeah,
we got here.
Subscribe 5-star reviews.
Yeah, subscribe on YouTube. Rate us 5 stars, please. Write us something fun. Write us something nasty if you want, as long as it's fun.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
And send us an email. waiterewindthetape@gmail.com. Just get in contact with us, guys. We want to hear from you. We know you're out there. We can see in the analytics. Oh, God. That's it. I'm stopping.
I know you're listening to this.
Just talk to us, please. Oh, God. Stop being desperate. God, so thirsty for listener contact. Yikes.
Thirsty for everything in life at the moment.
Yeah, amen. Anyway, on that note, bye.
Bye.
Hold the rewind and tape.